Hello, this is Mark Sobowitz with the Clarion Voice. In a world turned upside down, how do we deal with the problem of evil? Now, you might think that there's a contradiction because we have an all-powerful, loving God and then human experiences of suffering and evil in the world. Well, some critics say that the existence of evil is because God is not existent and he's less powerful or less good. Well, what's God's response to that? Well, he allows the experience of evil, and he understands and acknowledges that. And he gives us free will, which leads to moral evil or physical evil. But God wants to soften our blows that evil and suffering land on humanity. Now, the greatest example of that is the book of Job, where mankind suffered when he didn't deserve it. Now, there are other verses in the Bible that refer to the problem of evil. Habakkuk chapter 1, verses 2 and 4, and Ecclesiastes 4, verses 1 to 3. But most notably, Psalm 10:1 says, "Why, Lord, do you stand far off? Why do you hide yourself in times of trouble?" So all of the above verses deal with the reality of evil, and those who recorded the words of the Bible are painfully aware of the existence of evil and suffering, and they're willing to express it to God. Now, what are the frameworks of the problems of evil? Well, evil is something that God did not intend or create. And we can choose moral evil even though we have free will, and the consequences are defying the will of God. And that would create personal, communal, and physical problems. But God forgives us. So in conclusion, the Bible describes evil as something God allowed, but never allowed for the sake of free will. God has taken steps to limit the influence of evil, and God himself took the consequences of sin that people have access to forgiveness and salvation. So the result? Sin and evil and suffering will be completely ended. That's a clarion voice. God forgives and loves us unconditionally. If you like this video, make sure that you like and subscribe. Until next time, this is Mark Sobowitz with a Clarion Voice.